Rapid ECG Interpretation with PEKGA, Practical EKG Academy. Today we're going to be diving into this 12-lead ECG. However, we are going to be building up to this 12-lead view from this single channel. Again, this is rapid ECG interpretation, so I will just be going through this ECG to kind of mimic what you will be expected to do out in the field without much explanation as far as what I'm doing. There will be a link down in the description below to a deep dive on this very ECG. So we'll be breaking it down step by step, what we're doing, why we're doing. We'll be going into the methods and the reasons of what it is that we're doing as we're approaching this ECG. Now, let's get into this rapid ECG interpretation. So let's say somebody hands you this single channel, this is channel 2, 10 seconds long strip, and you're expected to read it. First of all, the only thing you can reliably pull off of a single channel is rate and rhythm. That's it. Maybe you can do a little bit more, but you have to have some background information. As far as the rate goes, what I like to do, and this is if it's possible, if it's not, do the best you can with what you can. But I'll find one of these QRSs that's on the on one of these thick lines here, and then I'll just use the 300 method. So, whoops, did I do that? Yep, I did. Okay, 300, 150, 100, 75, 60, roughly 1/3 of the way in. We're looking at 70 beats per minute. As far as the rhythm you cannot reliably pull off of a single channel, and I'll show you that along the way here, but we have a P wave, P wave, P wave, P wave in front of every QRS. The PR interval, the PR segment seems to be the same. The P's are married to QRS's. Let's see here, PR interval 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5. So this is borderline first degree AV block. Okay, so what do we have here? Something running at 70 beats per minute. It seems to be coming from the atrium. I can call this atrial. I can call this supraventricular rhythm, but I cannot call this normal sinus rhythm. I cannot, using one lead, say that this is normal sinus. Moving on. So this is the exact same thing, right? We're working up to that 12 lead. The lead 2 we were looking at a moment ago. So this is the same thing as this. The only addition is we have V1 and V5. I am not seeing anything jumping out at me. Oh, a little bit of a Q wave down here in V5. That's probably just septal involvement. I do want to measure this QRS. It seems to be wider. What I like to do is I like to pick the widest QRS I can find. And this is 1, 2, almost 3, roughly 2.5. So that's 100, 110 milliseconds up here. If we were to measure it, this is 100, this is like 60 milliseconds, a bit of a difference. This is why I like to choose a wider QRS. I think it's more reliable. Okay, moving on. So nothing, no significant changes. Getting to the 12 lead. Oh, okay, here we go. This is jumping out at me right away. So lead AVL is, this is low voltage. Okay, that could be a mechanical issue. If it's not, then we have a problem. What else do we have here? QRS is upright, QRS is upright, QRS is upright, right? QRS is upright. This is normal axis of deviation. AVR is inverted as it should. Okay, sorry. I have a P wave here that's upright in lead 1. I have a P wave in lead 2 that's upright. I have a P wave in lead AVR that's inverted. I have a P wave in AVF that's upright. This is normal sinus rhythm. Now I can confirm it. So normal sinus rhythm. What else? We have, so that was Eindhoven or frontal plane here. Eindhoven's triangle or frontal plane. Now we're getting into the horizontal plane or chest leads or precordial leads. Let's see here. Everything seems to be fine and dandy. A little bit of that Q wave, up here as well. Not pathological. Early R wave progression. So the R wave here, see that? Slowly, 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 and then boom, all of a sudden it jumps. So what do we have here? We have R wave progression that is early, and we have AVL that if this is not a mechanical issue, if this is not an electrode. There could be some effusion, inflammation, or maybe even something worse. This needs to be brought to the physician's attention. So what do we have when we sum it all up? We have normal sinus rhythm running at 70 beats per minute. BPM. And what do we have? We have first degree AV block, borderline. We don't really have it, but if this patient is young, that is significant. And by young, I mean under 50. I mean, it's very specific for first degree block. When I mention the age under 50, I'm not being biased in any way, shape, or form here for anybody that's over 50. And then what else do we have here? What am I forgetting? I am forgetting early R wave progress and this lead AVL. So when you hand this over to a physician, or when you run it up the chain of command, normal sinus rhythm, 70 beats per minute. If you say that, this ECG will probably get ignored or taken a look at later than it should. However, this AVL here by itself, that is significant. That is very, very significant. This needs to be brought to a physician's attention immediately. Also, ERWP, or early R-wave progression, in combination with this and that borderline first degree AV block, you could have something here. What exactly? Well, that's for the physician to diagnose. But as far as the rhythm goes and rate, normal sinus, 70 beats per minute, this is a red flag. Get this to physicians' attention as soon as you can. Thank you, everyone, for joining this rapid ECG interpretation. I hope this was interesting to you. Again, link down below for the expanded version of this video where we go into the nitty-gritty, we go into methodology, what it is that we do, how we do, so on and so forth. Much longer video, but thanks for joining us, and we'll see you on the next one.